Hey, I'm just making this video to help some people out in terms of getting their flawless and doing better in elimination or Trials of Osiris. And I say elimination because you should be practicing in elimination to do better in Trials of Osiris. I'm going to explain my first clip here and different things that I do that are going to make our lives a lot easier. Um, and you can see I'm playing very pushy. I'm looking at my radar, making sure that where the people are and where I can look at now. I'm peeking around a corner here, and I know everybody uses Icebreaker anymore, so I gotta make sure I basically pre-fire around the corner. And I got hit with an Icebreaker there, so guess what? I backed right up. You want to heal up if you get bodied with the sniper rifle. And basically all you're gonna see in terms of sniping are No Land Beyond and Icebreakers, and they are both powerful guns, even though No Land Beyond is technically a primary. But people just got really good with that gun. Now, obviously, you can see here I am using a fusion rifle, but I won't be able to use it next round because I'm not going to get special. And waiting around for special is probably not a good idea. You do want to play a little aggressive anymore. Use a sidearm or icebreaker or no land. The only problem I have with no land is if you're missing your shots, it's kind of aggravating for the team. And it's when you could just be using a regular primary and team shooting. But as you can see here, we've all split up. We're just playing casually. We're not really doing anything crazy. But as you can see there, I stuck that guy. I knew I was in a situation where I was going to be surrounded. I got lucky with the double melee there, and I'm going to pre-fire around this corner to make sure I get that kill right there. He missed his grenade, thankfully, or I would have been dead there otherwise. But I won that 1v3 because I threw the sticky nade, I saw someone behind me, immediately I charged him, but I used the verticality of the level. I jumped up in the air, so he had no idea what I was doing, and I got a lucky double melee off. Technically in that situation, if he was a little bit, back further or a little bit to the left or right, he probably would have killed me, but it worked out perfectly. The guys we're facing are actually pretty good. Statistically, they're better than I am. But again, the skill gap is closed so much. I started out at a 1.1, and I'm a 1.5 now, and I normally play like a 1.8 or 1.9 during trials. So, I mean, I'm not a bad player anymore. I've got my practice in. I know what's going on. I know what my teammates want. I have a bunch of different teams I play with, and yeah. But anyway, as you can see, I am kind of backed away, challenging this guy. I'm running very high agility just to see what it's like. So yeah. But anyway, we were just playing elimination, and one guy quit because of the round that he lost previously. So that's kind of annoying. Just stay in. I mean, take the loss. Everybody loses. Everybody wins. I've been creamed by bad players, and I've creamed good players, and vice versa. So it doesn't matter. I mean, I get a little angry sometimes, but then I forget it. It's normal. But as you can see here, we're charging. I pop super, and that is one thing I do want to say is know when to use your supers. If you're facing a good team, you might want to try to win the rounds with guns and save the super to the end. But if you're up, if it's 2-1, you've been getting the most kills and you have your super, use it aggressively. Get the kill. Use it smart, but get the kill, because if they build up supers, then they might just kill you while you're in your super. And I've had that happen so many times. There have been so many matches I've had where we're up like 4-1, and I'd be like, guys, on my team, you gotta use your supers now. And they wouldn't, and they'd get killed. And then we'd beat to the last round, and the other team would have roaming supers, and a guy would have Twilight Garrison and zip right past the tether. You got to play smart. If you're facing any team, when you get your super, use it. Now, if someone gets picked and you have smash, and you can be that person by that person's body, let them try to push in and then smash. Don't peek out and get sniped while you're smashing. You gotta play it smart. But yeah, we won this match. I didn't end up dying because I played smart. And I know I kind of didn't play that well as a teammate, but I knew the positions I was going to be in. I knew what was going to happen from where I was. I challenged when I needed to. I backed off when I needed to. and I got an 8-0 game against some pretty decent players. Obviously, there was only 2 of them in the end, but those are 2 players I know that if they had a stacked team and they were communicating, it would have been a rough match. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tell you some things that you need to know in order to do well in Trials of Osiris. If you want to go flawless, and it's tough to go flawless now because the meta has changed. You can't skate with the shotgun anymore like you used to. You can't snipe with the 1,000-yard stare or longbow with hidden hand anymore, only in the first round, unless you want to wait for special. But honestly, I don't even think it's worth waiting for special if you want to do good. The first thing I would do, I would practice using a weapon you really like. In this case, you'll want a hand cannon, in my opinion, if you want to do well. Maybe a scout rifle. Mida obviously does well. I have good and bad games with Mida. But auto rifles right now, they're in an okay state. Doctrine's really good, I think, still. And Soulstealer's Claw is good. Necrochasm's fun to use. If you're getting kills with it, by all means, use it. But you aren't going to beat out a good team that's using a palindrome with Luck in the Chamber and Rangefinder, Rifle Barrel. You just aren't going to beat them. They're going to kill you quick. They're going to be strafing left and right. They're going to be doing some hand cannon play, peeking around the corner. So my best bet is learn how to use a scout rifle and stay further back, or learn how to use a hand cannon and push in. That's just basically what you're going to do. I know some people use Hawksaw and the Suros PDX. I never was really good with that archetype, and I don't see him used as much anymore. I just mostly see hand cannons. Next, in terms of special, you want to have Icebreaker on, or you want to have a sidearm. Plain and simple. If you're good with no land and you really want to use it, then by all means use it. I hate no land, but especially when you're facing meh players, like okay players, they've really trained themselves to use no land, and I've gotten destroyed by teams of 0.8 and 0.9 KDs because they've just mastered how to use no land. So again, that ties into the skill gap closing in this game. And basically, people that play anymore are decent people that know what they're doing. Even if they're a 0.6 or 0.7 KD, there's still a chance they can get a kill on you. It's not like it used to be where a bunch of raiders were going into Trials of Osiris trying to farm for coins so that they can get a couple armor pieces to level up for light level, and you'd face them and just destroy them. It's not really like that anymore. People are actually playing to go flawless. They want to try to go flawless. And you know what? I still check out their stats and everything. And back in the day, I used to see a 1.2 or 1.3, and I was like, oh, we got this. But now I'm like, 1.2, 1.3. I'm like, guys, we can definitely win this. I said, but we're gonna have to be careful. We can't underestimate it. And then sometimes we lose. So, but that anyway. I'm kind of digressing. You want to choose weapons that'll really work. My suggestion is hand cannon and icebreaker. Honest to God, that just seems to be what it is. And practice using icebreaker in PvE. I just would run around and strikes and literally body, headshot, anything I could. I'd quick scope, try to get the shots, and then I went in and did some Crucible matches, and I wrecked people. I destroyed them with it. So that would be my advice to that. My next advice is definitely teamwork. A couple months ago, more like 6 or 7 months ago, I made a video saying that you can't get angry. You can't let people get angry at you. You just can't let it get to you. And I'm kind of a hypocrite when I say this because I get angry, but it can be frustrating if you have teammates that don't listen to you. And I like to consider myself a leader of the team. Not always the best player in the team, but I'm kind of the guy who makes the call-outs. And if we're trying to do a carry, if that carry gets picked, well, the rest of the teammates are going to say, push, 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 and they're going to push in together and team shoot. And if they're quick enough, they might catch us off guard and kill us. So if you're the player in the team that's not as great as some of your other players, let them try to get the kill first, and then push as a team. You can't just stand out in the open. The people that are good players know to head glitch. They know to stand at a higher level. Level like on top of a light or something. They're not just going to stand out in the middle of the field and try to snipe you. They'll try to get an angle from a weird spot where they can't be hit. So just make sure that if you want to go flawless and you're playing with some decent people that can get you flawless, stay back, let them do the work first. I mean, by all means, if you think you can get a kill, get it. If you think you can get a pick and you get it, that's great. You're gonna feel really good about it. But until you've practiced enough, let them do the initial work first. And that's all I'll say about that. Next is just knowing the level in general. Before you play a match, before you go into Trials of Osiris, try maybe doing a private match where you get a feel for the level. You get a feel for the different angles, like I was saying before. So you're not just standing out in the open and doing nothing for the team and getting killed. It's so important to know the verticality of the level. And you'll hit people from places that and make them confused, like how'd you get there and this and that. And it happens to me all the time when people are facing me. When we get destroyed, the people just find these angles that are perfect, and you can only see the top of their head, but somehow they can see you. It's the perfect head glitch. And you'll definitely want to practice that. Now, next, I know I was talking about teamwork before, but communication. You definitely want to know how to communicate with your teammates, especially if you're down. I mean, look in the scene right here. It was a 1v2 with Rasta, and just because I was like, oh man, you can get my res, we were able to win that round. And Rasta is a really, really good player. He's better than me. In my opinion, I mean, I have some rounds where I can beat him, and he has some rounds where he can beat me, but I still think he's a better player than I am. But it wasn't just because of him that we won the round, it was because we were communicating with him. We were telling him what to do. We weren't being angry at each other and this and that. But the things that will make you salty and make people angry are when you don't listen, when you don't pay attention to what's going on. And you always have to have a leader on the team. You can't just have everybody making up their own mind. Choose someone that's a leader that makes the call outs. And if you're playing with an experienced player and you're getting carried, let them do the call out. Listen to them. Don't go off and do your own thing. Because people are going to get angry. People are going to start pointing fingers. And ultimately, if you're not playing like a team mate should, then it is your fault. And it's a video game. People shouldn't get as salty as they do. But it is a team effort. Now, I mean, in this scene, look over here. I went off on my own, and I pushed back because I know they're all there. So I'm like, all right, I can just easily push in here and throw a grenade while they're trying to kill OG, trying to get the revive there. But we were communicating and talking, and you also have to know the level, know where people are. Look at the radar. Okay, they're down below us, because the radar is a little lighter red when they're down below or above you, and they're on the same level as you. It's a thick red. It's a dark red. The radar is definitely important. You got to make the call-outs and know where they are. You got to find a place to aim that's proper, and you got to play like a team. Don't mess around, don't go off and do your own thing, or you're not going to get flawless. I mean, if you want to just have fun and play and do your own thing, that's fine. But if you're wondering why you're not going flawless, then that's why, okay? And a big thing, too, is trust in yourself. Like I said, you don't want to if you're not a great player, you don't want to be out in the open and sniping from an open spot where someone can hit you from a different angle. But if you think you can take a shot from an area where, they might not see you, try it. And it will most likely hit. I hope this video was helpful. And I hope everybody has a good day that was watching it.